No. Oh, I'm sorry, did you want more of an explanation? Well, okay. Hi, it's Emily from Bite Size Vegan, and welcome to another Vegan Nugget. If you ever have an extended conversation about veganism, or even one that's not so extended, there are two topics that I guarantee you will be brought up: bacon and Hitler. Although Hitler bacon would be a new one. You see, the argument goes something like this. Well, Hitler was vegetarian, and, well, no, that's really it. Now, I'm going to address the validity of this argument after I first address its value. Let's say that Hitler was a vegetarian, or even a vegan. So what? How about all of the horrific people throughout history who were not vegan or vegetarian? Does that mean that everyone who consumes animal products is automatically on the same level as the likes of Stalin, Osama bin Laden, Jeffrey Dahmer, and countless other animal-consuming sociopaths from throughout history, including Hitler, by the way, as we shall soon see? It's simply not a valid argument, or really an argument at all. So let's get down to the facts, shall we? Hitler was far from vegetarian, though there are valid reasons why people believe he was. According to historian Robert Payne in his text The Life and Death of Adolf Hitler, the myth of Hitler's vegetarianism was more or less a PR campaign orchestrated by Hitler's Minister of Propaganda, Joseph Goebbels. Payne states that Hitler's aestheticism played an important part in the image he projected over Germany. According to the widely believed legend, he neither smoked nor drank, nor did he eat meat or have anything to do with women. Only the first was true. His aestheticism was fiction, invented by Goebbels to emphasize his total dedication, his self-control, the distance that separated him from other men. By this outward show of aestheticism, he could claim that he was dedicated to the service of his people, while in reality, Payne writes that Hitler was remarkably self-indulgent and possessed none of the instincts of the aesthetic. Beyond this PR campaign to portray Hitler as a master of self-control, there is some credence to him eschewing meat at some times. In his mind-blowing text Eternal Treblinka, Our Treatment of Animals in the Holocaust, author Charles Patterson illuminates some of Hitler's rather unsightly medical conditions, saying that Hitler suffered from indigestion and episodic stomach pains that had troubled him from adolescence, as well as from excessive flatulence and uncontrollable sweating. He discovered that when he reduced his meat intake, he did not sweat as much and there were fewer stains in his underwear. He apparently also believed that increasing his vegetable consumption improved the odor of his flatulence. I am not making this shit up, people. See the blog post in the description for all the citations and references. Regardless of his conditions, Hitler never gave up the indulgence of his favorite meat dishes, which according to Dr. Fritz Redlich in his text Diagnosis of a Destructive Prophet, were Bavarian sausages, liver dumplings, and stuffed roasted game. Now, not only was Hitler not a vegetarian himself, but he was also vehemently against vegetarianism. James Patterson writes that when Hitler came to power in 1933, he banned all the vegetarian societies in Germany, arrested their leaders, and shut down the main vegetarian magazine published in Frankfurt. During the war, Nazi Germany banned all vegetarian organizations in the territories it occupied, even though vegetarian diets would have helped alleviate wartime food shortages. Now, a huge tenet of veganism, and I'm not just talking a vegan diet here, but actual veganism, is compassion towards animals. Hitler's treatment of animals was very much like his treatment of humans: abrasive, abusive, and cruel. Hitler would often carry around a dog whip and viciously beat his dog in public. His biographer Ian Kershaw writes that, with his dogs, as with every human being he came into contact with, any relationship was based upon subordination to his mastery. Hitler based his treatment of the Jews on the assembly line slaughterhouses of the United States. Hitler idolized Henry Ford, whose own inspiration for his revolutionary assembly line came from when he visited a Chicago slaughterhouse as a young man. Hitler essentially built his own assembly line slaughterhouses, replacing the animals with human beings. As Gary Rofsky says, if you walk into any slaughterhouse today, remove the animals and replace them with people, you've recreated Auschwitz in Dachau. So, as you can see, Hitler was as far from vegetarian as you can get. I hope that this has helped clear up this persistent myth. For a full list of citations and references for the information in this video, please refer to the linked blog post in the description below. Now share this video around so that we can keep busting this myth. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and if you're new, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Now get out there, live vegan, and I'll see you soon.